Alright, so this year is the very first year I actually produced some spider ball python hatchlings. If you've been watching the ball python market, you know that spider is a really hot, controversial topic. There's a lot of people for it, saying it's a really beautiful morph. It's been around since the beginning of the ball python craze. As a matter of fact, back in the beginning, they used to sell for $25,000 per snake. It was pretty incredible. And now, of course, the price has come down, it's plummeted, and they're really one of the least expensive snakes, just a plain spider. They've been around for a long time, and there's a lot of people that say absolutely do not ever breed a spider ball python. As a matter of fact, over in the UK at the big reptile shows, they've actually banned the display of spiders. Anything with spider in it, you can't display it, and obviously you can't sell it at any of these shows. And luckily here in America, we can actually display them and sell them as long as you give a disclaimer. I think it's really the ethical thing to do, to give the disclaimer. It's not required by law, but the problem with the spider is that it tends to have a head wobble or a neurological defect that kind of gives them a little, sometimes the head will shake a little bit, and sometimes it'll give them like a stargaze where they can't tell up from down. And then sometimes if you pick up the snakes, I've seen in real severe cases, you get like a head corkscrew kind of a thing. But the weird thing is a lot of the spiders, if they have a really severe neurological issue, usually if they're on a flat surface, they do pretty good. It's only when you pick them up and like dangle their head, or if you flip them upside down and you see how long it takes for them to get upright, then you can actually see the head wobble, which is not really normal behavior for a ball python. Usually they're just flat, and in most cases they do pretty good. As a matter of fact, I have quite a few spiders in my collection. I have some really impressive ones I bought early on in my ball python career, and I want to actually show you one of my most impressive ones. That is my pastel spider desert ghost female. That thing is amazing. You see that, and it's like, I want to get into the spider project, just to reproduce a snake like that. And that one actually doesn't have any head wobble. And this year I actually produced a clutch where half the babies came out as straight spiders. They are actually 50% het caramel albino, 100% het pied, and I produced 5 spiders. And the recessives you actually can't see. They look just like regular normal spiders. I don't know what Bobby's doing here around my neck. But speaking of Bobby around my neck, I'd say if you want a close, something close to a spider in appearance, you could actually get a bamboo. And bamboos, I'd say, are pretty close to the pattern of a spider. You can't get anything closer, but it's not like a spider. As a matter of fact, I was taking some of my hatchlings and comparing side by side the spiders and the bamboos, and I actually like the spider pattern and color a little bit more than the bamboos. But the problem is there's not the demand for the spiders because a lot of people are shying away because of the head wobble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my 5 ball python spiders, they're hatchlings that just hatched, haven't even actually had their first meal, but 4 of them, I was just peeking in the tubs, it looks like 4 of them have actually shed out. And I want to show you how impressive a spider ball python looks, and then I kind of want to show you side by side with another one of my hatchlings, and we'll kind of see the behavior and the movement of the head and see if they have any head wobble. And I'm kind of interested too. So sometimes if you pick up a hatchling, it kind of moves its head because it's not really that strong, and sometimes it's normal behavior just for snakes to kind of wobble their head a little if they're kind of stretched out like that. But I kind of wanted to compare it side by side with like a normal or one that I know doesn't have spider in it, and see the difference between the spider and the normal. So let's check out some hatchlings. All right, so here are my spiders. This is essentially half of a really big clutch. I had a really big female lay, and it was actually one of my het caramels that was my biggest females, and they laid a huge clutch, and I bred my spider pied visual with that female, and I got these. The first thing you notice is these guys are actually pretty spry. I actually had to put this tub back in the rack full of all these snakes because I wasn't quite set up with all my camera and equipment and stuff, and they were just crawling all over the place. And you can see that if they had really severe head wobbles, you really wouldn't see snakes kind of climbing all over and crawling out of the tub and flying all over. These guys, it doesn't really seem like, if they have head wobbles, doesn't seem like it's really affecting their ability to crawl and just jump out of this tub is pretty incredible. So I really wanted to show you just these 4 that have shed out. These are really beautiful snakes. Take a look at that. That is so impressive. I can't even believe what these spiders look like. It is amazing. If you haven't seen spiders, it's pretty incredible. And the funny thing is about spiders is, you know, if you actually don't know about the head wobble, they can kind of trick you. Because when I first started buying my breeders, I was like, yeah, I want to get into spiders because they're so awesome looking. And then after I bought a bunch of them, then I found out about the head wobble, and I was kind of regretting buying into so many spiders at the beginning. Whoa! I almost lost this guy off the table. Woo! That guy almost got away. So take a look at this. This is one that hasn't shed, and this is kind of what I was showing in my last videos. If you notice, it seems like it's pretty bright, but you compare it to ones that have shed. I got to keep an eye on those guys so they don't get away. You can definitely tell after they shed just how bright and how much they pop. It is pretty incredible. Let me tell you, spiders are one of my favorite morphs, but the problem is it comes down to supply and demand. And there's a lot of people that don't really buy them because of the potential head wobble. And, you know, if there's not a lot of people buying them, then you don't really want to produce a whole bunch of spiders. So I actually have quite a few spiders. These are the only ones I produced out of all my snakes this year. So what I kind of want to do from here is I want to actually grab, what I might do is I might just take one of these and then compare it side by side with a normal, and then we'll kind of see how they act as far as kind of the head orientation, and see if there's any difference between a spider and a normal as far as kind of the head orientation when I pick them up and kind of maybe stretch the necks out a little bit, and we'll see if there's really any head wobble on these snakes. All right, so I actually picked up one of the clutch mates. This is actually Coco right here. That's what we named him, and I'm just gonna see if there's any difference in the head wobbles between a normal and a spider. And so far they look like, you know, it's really hard to tell just kind of holding them. I'd say the spider's kind of stretching out a little bit more, and I don't want these snakes to run away from me here. I got so many snakes. Oh my goodness. So it looks like maybe the spider is losing a little bit of, he's got maybe a little angle on his head when he's stretching out. Maybe a little angle. I would say it's extremely slight on that spider compared to a normal. If you can kind of see that, I don't know if I can catch it on the camera. You can see he's kind of turning his head just a little, kind of a weird angle compared to a normal. I'd say there's a little bit going on the head, but it's super slight. There's not a whole bunch of difference between the normal and the spider, just kind of at first glance here. And you can see, especially right there. Oh, yeah, he got me that time. Oh, he broke the skin on that one. All right, this guy's getting a little snappy. But you can definitely tell, at least on this one, there is a little bit of head wobble. All right, I'm gonna, that little snapper really got me. Whew. Someone tested my blood sugar today. That's kind of what it feels like, just a little testing your blood sugar. That kind of surprised me. So I know on some of these, I don't know if they're all the same. It seemed like this one had a little more head wobble than maybe some of the other spiders. So if we take a look at this one and kind of compare them side by side, I don't know if there's a really good test for head wobble on these spiders. You can tell the one that we were actually holding seems like it's a little more unstable compared to the, I'd say they are really super slight, if anything. But you can see maybe a little bit of head wobble, and this one, at least he's upright and level as far as a level playing field. And this, ooh, yeah, see these guys are all ready to eat. That guy almost bit me too. So, well, actually what I was gonna do tonight is I'm gonna actually dump all the water dishes, fill them with substrate, and then put some mice in these tubs and feed them for the very first time. Because these guys haven't eaten a single meal yet, and they're starting to just shed and get into that feeding mode. And that's pretty much where I wanna go from here. I wanna put them back and feed them. So another thing I wanted to share with you guys is I actually got some mail in my P.O. box. It's the second time that I've actually gotten mail there, and someone actually sent me this t-shirt, which is pretty cool. Let me show you this t-shirt. This is from Heili's Pythons. That is pretty cool merch right there. And I was actually thinking about doing some merch. I was working on some designs, but I haven't figured out anything yet on my channel as far as getting like t-shirts or coffee mugs or anything. It's a lot of work actually figuring out a design, putting it on a shirt and selling it. It's a whole nother level, let me tell you. And then they actually sent me this letter, which is pretty cool. They sent me a nice letter about their whole setup. They sent me a little business card, Heili's Reptiles, and a little sticker. Looks like it's a little round sticker that I can stick on my incubator. That's pretty cool. And then they sent me this letter that says they're into breeding rats and mice and ball pythons, thinking about maybe setting up a pet store, maybe bringing reptile shows into Moab, Utah, which is really cool. And then I actually got, believe it or not, I got another letter in the mail from another breeder, and this is actually from, check this out, they're little stickers from SplashPac Reptiles. And I went over there and they have like 100, I think it was like 133 subscribers, something like that. And then this is cool too, so they have that sticker and then they have another one here. I'm gonna start putting stickers on my incubator, and these are really cool. I really like the designs on these. This is pretty cool. I'll have to figure out how to do that for my channel and get some stickers and some merch going. I mean, that is like a whole nother step above everybody else. You start putting merch in there. As a matter of fact, on my YouTube channel, I just passed 10,000 subscribers. Well, I'm almost up to, I think I'm almost up to 12,000 now. It's been really quick going from 10 to 12. Sometimes you get spurts where it grows really fast, but if you get over 10,000 subscribers, you can actually put a merchandise shelf under your channel in the kind of under the description, and you can actually link it with some stores where automatically they actually sell it for you, and you get a certain % commission. You can sell all kinds of different merch, which is pretty cool. I just haven't set it up yet. I got so much going on. I just need to find the time to sit down and carve out some designs. It's pretty intense. I actually started working on some designs and was working with some people on Fiverr, and they're like, no, you got to get more professional, take some professional photographs and do this and that, different angles, and it's, let me tell you, it's pretty involved to get the merch up. But once you get it up, it's pretty good because you can get some sales for it and a little more money coming in from another source, which is pretty cool. All right, so here is my 6-foot-tall beverage cooler converted into a snake egg incubator, and this is where I'm going to put my stickers. Check it out. I have my first stickers up here from SplashPac Reptiles. Heili's, I hope I said that right, Heili's Pythons, and another one from SplashPac. That is pretty cool. And hey, if you guys want to send me some stickers, I'll happily put them on there and start collecting stickers and give your channels a shout out. All right, so I'm going to put some links down below. Actually, SplashPac has a YouTube channel. Be sure to go over there and check it out and hit that subscribe button. As a matter of fact, while you're over here on my channel, you can hit subscribe too. And then the other one, Heili's Pythons, he actually doesn't have a YouTube channel as far as I can see, but he does have a Facebook account, and I'll actually link to the Facebook down in the description below. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.